know anything about the. Okay, good thing Ryan wrote the thing about the Qualcomm chips.
I mean, you could write that and still not know anything.
I'm surprised they have 3 levels of wearable processor now. It seems excessive.
It
No,
does seem excessive.
there's just the one chip, and then there are 3 like new regular Snapdragon-y things.
Oh, so the 425 is for wearables. The 435 and 625 are just for
No,
stuff.
what is it? Oh God, I can't remember. It's a completely different model naming scheme thing. It's I have to find a stupid article. I don't remember. I copied and pasted the stupid model numbers.
Wear 2100.
Yeah, that thing.
Wow, so they're making it even more fucking confusing.
Yeah, yeah. So
Fuck
there are
you,
3.
Qualcomm.
There are 3 new like conventional ARM thingies, and then there's the Wear 2100 for some reason. I don't know why they can't just give it a model number like everything else.
Oh, guys, we have an exclusive leak coming to us about something that's actually maybe a little bit interesting.
What is it?
Well, we're
I
on
can't
air
say
now,
it.
so
Yeah.
you
It's
can tell us.
exclusive.
You can tell us after the
Wait,
broadcast.
I have
It's in the chips inbox.
Oh, okay.
after the broadcast. Remind me that I have something to say after the broadcast.
Okay.
Someone.
Okay, Google, remind me to remind Liam after the broadcast.
Okay, let me pull up the voicemail on my phone here so it's ready to go in the event of voicemail. Oh, so I got this dash cam I'm reviewing that does it has an Android app, which of course does not work with Marshmallow because of course it fucking doesn't. It's from Korea, so unsurprisingly it works fine with a Galaxy S6, but the video quality on it is like abysmal. Unfortunately, I'm like kind of sad about it. I'd like email them being like, "Listen, do you want me to kind of trash it in a review, or would you just like to kind of call it a day?" It was actually I was surprised at how easy it is to install a dash cam in your car. It definitely makes me less wary about investing in one in the future.
I strongly feel like everyone should have a dash cam in their car, and then yet I don't have one.
Roboting.
I feel that way as well.
I don't drive a car anymore, so but I do feel a difference.
Right, Liam, we all get it. You live in New York.
So I was on 72nd Street eating some sushi.
I bet if Liam vaped, we would all know it. He would tell us all the time.
I was eating some sushi though. I met Ron for dinner. It was nice.
Oh, did he see a certain phone that you can
He
tell us
did
about?
see a certain phone, and I have certain things to say about a certain
Oh, that's
phone.
probably what we're supposed to remind you about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I
let's,
know which certain phone it is. Yeah, we're gonna see that. Oh, that's weird that they're doing it so far ahead of time because we won't see it till next Saturday. But I can't tell you which phone it is for reasons.
Because somebody started the broadcast already.
Yeah, exactly. So we're actually getting a little late here.
Do we have a word from our sponsor?
We have some roboting. That's what we have.
Oh my
It
god.
seems like it's like your computer knows it's about to be replaced and it's doing it even more.
I think so. I think you need to hit it violently. That will probably make it better.
I mean, almost certainly, right?
That's what I found. You have some bricks. Just if not 1 brick, then 2.
1 brick, 2 brick, red brick, blue brick. Yes.
I want blue
I was
bricks.
actually about to go to that same place. So
Yeah.
I was gonna look up the voicemail and I completely forgot what I was doing after I saw that very exclusive leak email.
I feel like I'm gonna go to our inbox and it's gonna be like some deal on wireless chargers or something.
That would be funny, but it isn't for once. Okay, I have the email up, and let me just go ahead and DL it. Oh, Chrome needs updated permissions to access your storage. Thanks, Marshmallow, for a system app.
I'm about to throw my phone across the room.
Don't do that because
Is it a gold
won't play
5X?
very well on camera.
Oh.
All right, I think let me social us.
I
And
don't want
we'll
to get
be.
socialed.
It's too late. We've been socialized.
I'm sorry because
The
of the
podcast has gone
roboting.
the full Bernie Sanders.
So because of the roboting, I didn't hear the answer to the sponsor question.
What is this?
Oh my god. So we got this. Okay, I'm going to say this because it's an obnoxious. So this company emailed us about a special pre-brief for their product, which is, interesting and relative. And then what we did after, like, okay, we can have like this pre-brief conversation. They tried to pitch us a separate product as like an exclusive heads up. There's nothing to do with the initial thing. I want to slap PR people to do this. If we're having a conversation about one product, you're not allowed to have a conversation about a separate and unrelated product. It's not okay.
What?
If you look at the tips inbox right now, you'll see what happens.
I'm looking.
Can you guys hear me?
Incredibly obnoxious.
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know, David, did you answer about the sponsor? Do we have one?
Oh, we don't have one this week.
Okay. I didn't think so.
No Tango and sponsor.
No tango, seis dedos. I do not have 6 toes.
What?
Yeah, right?
Like, okay. Okay. It's a trap. If you don't come back from that phone call, then we'll know what happened.
I'm going to actually email him right now because I'm feeling bold.
I look forward to this. I love when you're feeling bold.
Well, should we start or something? Or should we
Maybe.
wait for David to send his email?
I think we
It's
should wait.
going to be very short. Don't worry.
Okay.
Will it just be a middle finger emoji? Because that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, but then you have to wonder, like, maybe the platform he's on doesn't have that yet.
Oh yeah, it'll just be a square. Oh no. Better use
That's-
ASCII art just in case.
See, that's the double-edged sword of emoji. I don't know what the other edge is. It's, I don't know, something.
It doesn't matter. What's up, chat? When you mentioned chin strap, like this, like the aquos. How do you say that?
Those Sony
Doesn't
Aquos.
have a bezel.
Yeah, that sharp phone.
Aquos crystal.
Oh boy, 4 p.m. on a Friday. My favorite time to have a pre-briefing. Yay.
Gotta get down on Friday with the pre-briefings about unrelated products.
Okay, we are ready to go.
We are ready to go. Am I roboting?
No.
Not at the moment.
One last,
But you
one
will
last
soon.
robot check before I roll the intro. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Oh wait, we're not.
We're
This
not.
has
I'm
supposed
sorry.
to be-
I'm so. Fuck. Hold on. I've got to actually record the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, record it if you wouldn't mind. Awkward silence.
it's only awkward if you let it be.
I did. I let it be.
Those are wise words.
I'm like Dan Aykroyd in the end of Ghostbusters. I couldn't help it.
Sorry. Hold on. Almost done. Okay. I felt like I had not as much to do as normal for some reason, and I couldn't figure out why. Okay. We're good.
We're good?
We're good.
Okay. Me. All right. Welcome to the Android Police Podcast, your weekly audio source for all things Android. It is Thursday, February 11th, 2016. I'm your host, Matthew Smith.
I'm David Ruddick.
I'm Liam Spradlin.
I'm Ryan Whitwam.
And we're a little bit late getting started, so we're going to get right into the topics. So, as you probably know, there's Marshmallow coming for all of your various Android Wear devices. It's rolled out to a couple of them already, starting to roll out to the Moto 360 first and second generations. Beyond that, I don't know that I've heard of anything else seeing the update yet, but we've gotten to see a peek inside of what that Marshmallow update includes, in addition to the myriad of gestures we talked about on last week's show. Maybe some things that might be more, I don't know, interesting. Doze Mode and app permissions are coming. So I don't know about you, but app permissions, I'd really have to see how that's implemented because it sounds annoying.
I've never paid attention to app permissions for Wear, so I have no idea what's going on my wrist.
So the thing is, it already has them. Like
Yeah,
if you go
it hasn't
to the app list.
when it needs permission on the phone for something, Wear just pops up a dialogue for it. So I'm not sure what is different about this.
I'm gonna guess you can manage them. So you can turn
Maybe,
them off.
or I mean, I guess maybe there are specific permissions for just like the Wear MIDI APK that's synced over to the watch or something.
Well, that's what it does now because it's like access to watch storage or whatever that's almost always asking for, it seems like. So I'm guessing this is a way to like adjust them and like because there's no way to view what permissions you've given to the Wear apps right now. You only get the prompt that they need permission on first run usually.
Yeah, I mean it's
Now you can have more control over
Yeah.
what you share with your apps. With the new permissions model, you can modify the permissions granted to apps at any time from the settings menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess that's the only thing that's different then, because did they just like build in like an ad hoc permission management thing to Wear, just knowing that the Marshmallow update was going to be so late? Because I mean, it seems like it already does most of what you would need now. Like, I don't really want to manage the permissions on my watch if I don't have to. Like, I can just grant them. It's fine. It's just a watch.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the fact that it runs Marshmallow now, so they may as well implement the permissions model because it's there in the OS anyway. I
Yep.
think that's just kind of
Sounds
what
like
it
a great
is.
reason to do something.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, and so it's gonna have Doze Mode too, and I'm not entirely clear. I mean, I guess if it's Doze Mode like on a phone, it will only come up if you take the watch off and set it down someplace.
Right. Which, I mean, I don't know about anybody else. If I take my watch off and I set it aside somewhere, that place that I set it aside is most likely going to be the counter in the bathroom for like a total of 15 minutes, or it's going to be the charger. So,
Matt, do you take your watch off to poop? I mean,
Yes. That's exactly what I do. I'm like George Costanza in that regard, except with watches.
that is a very George Costanza sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Doze makes a lot of sense on a phone because there are times that you would set it on a table and it would be there for an extended period of time. But like a watch, it's just on your wrist. It's not like something people regularly take off and set down on their desk for no reason.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's kind of like I'm guessing it's just because it's there in Android 6.0. Why not?
Right. So your battery will last a lot longer during those periods of time when you could have been charging it anyway.
Okay, that does happen to me sometimes because sometimes I just forget to put on my Huawei watch because it's mostly useless and I just forget. So, and it's not on the charger at those times. Like I'll just put it down somewhere, like on my bedside table. My charger's in my office because usually when I remember to charge it, I'm in my office. So that's where the charger is. So I can see, I guess it's not like it hurts anything for it to have it.
Right.
It's no harm done. So has anybody gotten the 6.0 update for their watch?
I have not.
No, I have not turned on my Moto 360 for a couple of days, so it might be there now, I guess, but I haven't looked.
So something just occurred to me, because I have a Zen watch and the charging cradle for the Zen watch is so absolutely terrible. I have a tendency to put it on the charging cradle and not actually have it charge. So the good news is when that happens, there might be some battery life left for me in the morning.
That happens with the Huawei watch too. If it doesn't like actually
Oh yeah,
snap
the
on.
Huawei watch charger is the worst thing ever.
It is. We said this many times on the podcast, but we can say it again. It is the worst thing ever. Give or take.
My system is
Yeah.
up to date apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's a lie.
I'm trying to remember which
With
one I
that
have
big
paired with the
green
360.
smirking circle.
You know what I wish they would change in the 6.0 update? When you turn on theater mode, you get this like ugly toast. So
Oh.
Yes.
like just
Yeah,
have
it
it
is.
text you guys.
Yeah, I don't understand the need for the toast.
Pointless toast.
That is the episode title. Let me write it down. Pointless toast. Okay.
Like toast points, but whatever the opposite of that is.
It's like round toast, I guess. Toast with no points.
Oh my god.
A circle of toast. It's very similar to a round cracker, just larger.
I was going to say a bagel.
Okay, well, I mean, it's some sort of grain-based round thing.
Can we call Wear Notifications bagels on round watches?
Oh my god. Please, can we?
But there's no hole in the middle of them. Can we go with English muffin?
Okay, English muffin's acceptable, I guess, but bagel's funnier.
But I think there's a metaphor. I think there's a metaphor. I think there's a metaphor to be had with the English muffin, because the nooks and crannies could be all the things missing from the software that you wish it had.
You know, the fact that they're toast in the first place is they're shaped more like hot dog buns. Let's be realistic here.
I feel like we've taken this as far as it can go, so we're gonna move on.
Well, we got there a while ago, I think.
Yeah, we totally did, and I failed you guys. I
The
failed to
journey
move
is
on.
destination, Matt.
Yeah, so the
Oh my
next
God.
destination.
I'm trying so hard to figure out what's going on in this stupid email
Yes, thank
about
you for saying.
this picture of this. I'm sorry for the podcast listeners, but this is like beyond flustering. It is. So okay, let me lay it out for the podcast. So in the news world, sometimes somebody reaches out to you from a PR agency or company and says, "Hey, we got some news, and we'd like to send it to you ahead of time. Would you agree to an embargo?" And sometimes, rarely, that news is like relevant to what we do, and so we say yes. And then the series of emails ensues. And so this company pitched us this email about you want to hear this news about this company. We're like, yeah, sure. It's not like anything super exciting, trust me, but it's like, okay, we'd like to hear about. And then in that email, they like try to pitch us a completely different product from the one they want to preview us about, because it's a PR agency that's doing the emailing. Like, do you want to hear about this super exciting? Hold on, let me find it. It is a emotive messaging app.
First of all, emotive is a great word. Fantastic word.
And it has nothing at all to do with the original pitch. Not even remotely close.
It was kind of
This is-
like if you ordered a hamburger and you were like, all I want is a hamburger and a slice of cheese, and they were like, by the way, do you want 18 pickles on here? Okay, cool. And then they give you 18 pickles.
No, it's not even 18 pickles. It's like, would you like a scoop of ice cream? Like, I'm at a hamburger restaurant. Why is ice cream coming into the picture?
But then they just put ice cream on the bun and give it to you.
Exactly. That's what it feels like. And so after this email comes in, and I told this guy, I sent one of my not nice emails and told him not to cross pitch products because it's annoying. And after that, the CEO of the unrelated app like emails me. And then he sends me another email saying, by the way, our app was just featured in Apple's best new apps. And I'm like, oh my God. Anytime anybody has to pitch how they're doing on Apple to an Android site, it's just, It's so good.
But you forgot the follow-up, which was that the Android app's at the same level as the iOS app, so it's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, of course, I mean, they're at the same level because
just
it's
saying, like-
literally just a UI port of the Apple app, I'm sure.
Like it's this good, but on Android.
Yeah, so that was, I'm sorry for that sidetrack. It's just, that's one of the more annoying sets of emails I've had to deal with in the last, I don't know, month. Pretty annoying.
It's good. Maybe we should have a section on the show for David's annoying email.
We
Well,
should.
good,
Oh my
because
God.
I have at least one a week that is very annoying.
I bet you that'd be a great rant session. I don't know if that's what listeners want to hear is more David rants or less.
You know, but it's
That's-
funny because in my inbox in the last month, or in the last 2 weeks even, I have at least 25 not very annoying emails. And yet, this person with a very annoying email, it's not as common as you would think. It does happen, though.
I find that the best emails to read are Artem's replies to things that he does not care about.
They are pretty good. Those are usually very, very good. He did one recently where we got this email, 7 emails that were totally unrelated. Like, this guy had 7 emails for us on a list, and Artem asked him to unsubscribe. And then he sent another email again, and Artem went full dad mode on this guy and was like, blah, blah, blah. What did I tell you to do last week?
Oh no, there was
And that
one.
the whole email.
There was one where he tried to unsubscribe and it didn't work, and he was like, "Do I need to come to your office and tell you not to send us emails anymore?"
And then he threatened to turn that car right around.
I always love to meet people at companies who have mostly corresponded with Artem because they have like a fear of us. Like there's some kind of like, oh yes, you work with Artem, right? Oh yes, we talked to him.
It's amazing, and his signature always says "Sincerely, Artem Roskovsky."
Because he is very sincere.
Yes, I've never known him to say something that he is not entirely sincere about.
That is true.
It is very true. So we got some newsy stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The newsworthiness of this is possibly debatable. It falls right in line with the annoyance factor because the next thing on the docket is YouTube notifications.
So
Okay, so what is your opinion on this, Liam? I'm very curious.
I think you already know my opinion, David.
I don't know
But
your
I'll say it
opinion on
anyways.
this.
My opinion is that I don't like this. And
So okay, so I want to take this back a second. So obviously, if you haven't read the article, YouTube has started doing notifications for videos that they think you might be interested in based on your previous views. Just popping up there randomly, and you can turn them off in the app. But I guess what my question is, so a couple of months ago there was a story where Samsung was pushing show notifications for television shows through the Peel remote app that came pre-installed on the Galaxy S6 and whatever else, and like people were pretty thoroughly pissed off about that. So I mean, is this? I feel like this is the same thing, and it's coming from Google, and it feels like I feel betrayed.
okay, so I said this in Hip Chat earlier, but I feel like some of Google's stuff is getting a lot more product-y. And what I mean by that is like UX features or just features period like this that are implemented to serve like some goal for the product rather than make the experience better for the user. Like basically, if your app sends me a notification that I did not ask for and like is not relevant to anything that I have done or am doing, then I'll block notifications or uninstall the app. It's so annoying. Like, that drives me absolutely insane.
So I feel qualified to make a statement on this in that YouTube is based in Los Angeles. And this feels like a very Los Angeles thing to do to your users. It's just kind of, it's friendly but douchey. It's like, oh look, we got something for you. It's annoying, and it's like if you got somebody like for a present, a gift certificate to a far away and difficult to find store, It's like, wow, you've given me a responsibility. I have to go find this stupid thing that I'm not even sure I'm gonna like. Go out of my way to look for it. And in the end, like you show up and you've got a $20 gift certificate, and the cheapest thing in the store is $50.
I just imagine
it's that
it
kind
like,
of feeling.
like somebody walking up to you on the street with their phone and being like, "Bro, do you want to see a centipede fight a snake? Watch this." And then they just like hold on to you. Like that's exactly how this feels to me.
I would like to see that, but I have a feeling that YouTube would never suggest that video. It was just like, oh, I see you've watched a video about cars. Would you like to watch somebody really obnoxious who's paid for a lot of ad spots on YouTube talk about cars? And
they'll be talking about his Lamborghini account.
Yes. Bro, I just got this Lamborghini. I don't want to brag,
I've got
but
17 Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account.
17 Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account, yes.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It really is.
Okay, so something just to point out, you can disable the notification, but Google also does notifications for if you have a subscription to a channel. Like it'll notify you when there's a new video for the subscription.
And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
You turn that on.
But here's the
one thing.
But here's the thing: is you can't disable one without disabling them both.
Wait,
No.
what? Really?
The option is to just turn off notifications. Period.
That is really okay. So first of all, that's a
robots.
feature. That's a function that's like already provided by the system. So I don't know why you need to duplicate that in the app. Second, that's even worse. Like, don't give me the promise of being able to turn off notifications, but then turn off the ones that I want.
Hey,
So,
it's like signing up for a newsletter that's relevant to your interest. But listen, we're signing up for our newsletter about what you care about, which is centipedes fighting snakes. But we're also going to sign you up for our ancillary newsletter, which is videos of old people playing checkers. Like, it is very annoying.
The
They
thing
would
is,
do that.
If I wanted to find a video to watch, do you know what I would do? I would open the app and look for a video to watch.
Liam,
not
but
open my
you are
notifications,
not
right?
the average knuckle-dragging YouTube user. They need those videos pointed out to them. How else would they find that video?
How did they
Find it
become
acceptable?
users if they don't know how to watch a video? I don't understand this.
I
okay,
believe, as far as Google is concerned,
they typed Y into Google one day, like the letter Y, and it was like, "Do you mean YouTube?" And they're like, "Well, I guess I do. What's that?"
Just hit enter until they find a video and.
All right. Well, hey guys, you know what? I think.
hey, roboting. That's
roboting.
what I know.
Also, did the notification thing, like, this is probably related to the YouTube original stuff that just launched, right? Like, I would think this is what it's
YouTube
doing.
Red?
Suggested?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they
Okay,
they just launched the first set of those, I think, today or yesterday. And also, they don't tell you how many views those have had, which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah, it doesn't show you the likes either.
Wow. That is ice
is,
cold.
That is, as Liam would say, very product-y.
It is.
It is extremely product-y. That is as product-y as something from the Sharper image.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I did just want to point this out. Apparently, Google's instructions on how to turn it off weren't clear enough. There actually is a separate recommended videos notification option.
Oh
you
my
can
god.
turn off.
Oh, we have to rescind all that harshness on Google.
No, I'm still going to be harsh on it because it's turned on by default, which is
We can
terrible.
give them a 20% harshness credit.
Yeah.
They can apply that to the next fuck-up.
I would like to redeem my harshness credit, please. Oh yeah, the app has a new splash screen too to tell you that you super definitely need to watch the YouTube Red Originals if you haven't already. You definitely really.
I
Has
totally
anybody
need to
watched
watch
any of them? Because I've heard they're
that.
terrible.
Get scared.
I have not yet, but I will.
I mean,
someday.
well, in fairness, most things on YouTube are terrible. So if you're just
Well, they're-
taking things that already existed on YouTube and making new
All right.
versions of them,
They're like
If
full-length movies too. Like it's not just like a 5-minute video; it's a full-length movie.
if Hot Copper Ball got a YouTube Red channel,
Oh my god.
I probably watch it.
I would watch that. I watched it already.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they just made poor choices with the YouTube originals.
Right. Brian,
Some of
the
them are TV
millennials
shows, though. I think
Love PewDiePie. They love him. The millennials,
the snake people.
snake people love PewDiePie.
And by the way, it's Red Hot Nickel Ball. In case
Red
anyone
Hot
was
Nickel
confused
Ball.
about what was
Damn it.
happening, if you haven't heard of that,
Because
you should
copper
just-
has a very low melting point. That
you
doesn't
should
make
just
any sense.
you should definitely go to YouTube and just search for that and watch this ball of red hot metal destroy things instead of watching the YouTube.
It's pretty good. I like
It is.
one of my favorites is the Jello one.
The Jello one's pretty good. Ballistic
Jello
foam is
one's-
fun.
We should
Ballistic
really
foam
like
is pretty good as well.
Ballistic Jello is good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Red Hot Nickel Ball all around. Thumbs up.
Yes, yeah. YouTube, you just give that guy an original thing.
Yes.
That'd be good.
And they can make his Red Hot Nickel Ball like 4 feet wide, and they could heat it with like an industrial
Yes.
like forge,
Can they partner with the slow-mo guys?
and then drop it in a swimming pool full of Jello.
Oh man,
It looks
I
like
love this
Tarzan.
now.
It looks like Cars and Water is actually the name of the Red Hot Nickel Ball
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why that's what they want.
I'm gonna guess that was the original name, and then it
Yeah.
quickly became Red Hot Nickel Ball after his first video got like 100,000 views.
Yeah. Here is the world's largest gummy bear with a red hot nickel ball. This should be interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm
that
sorry.
one. That was
There's a rabbit hole here I should avoid.
Spoiler alert: the Red Hot Nickel Ball gets terrible intestinal problems from the largest
Oh my
gummy
God.
bear.
Did you write a review on Amazon though?
Did the Red Hot Nickel Ball write an Amazon review? It's actually just where the review appears. There's just like a singed edge of paper with a hole of blackness.
So, anyways,
Hey, we got some rumors.
We got plenty of rumors. So yeah, first one. David, you may or may not have teased this on last week's show. Evan Blass, EV Leaks, has provided us with a picture of a supposed picture of the HTC One M10, which will be announced, the 21st? So week after next, maybe? Something like that. And so it looks an awful lot like the A9. It looks like they decided that's the look they're going to use from here on out.
Yep. It does look a lot like the A9, and it does have an HTC logo,
And
so
the
that's
the
good.
home button is slowly morphing into an
to a
iPhone home
circle.
Yeah,
just say iPhone.
It's mid-transformation.
HTC came up with that first, Ryan. Okay.
button.
They just
I
didn't
have to
do
say,
what they thought of
I have to say, the first reply to the top comment, I'm not usually a fan of the sick apple burns, but this one was pretty good. The first comment was no HTC logo at the bottom, and then the top reply to that is they were debating whether or not to put an Apple logo there.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes,
the burns.
well played,
The deep burns.
Oligarchy Ambulance, which is also an excellent username.
That is a pretty good username, actually. I give that username way more points in the comment.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this looks like the A9 with a slightly different home button and a big, huge front-facing camera sensor. Like, that's gigantic. And
It is
awkward
honking.
looking. Yeah, so that's probably what the phone's going to look like. I totally believe that because HTC is apparently just completely unwilling to admit that the A9 looks exactly like an iPhone.
So what I heard is that the camera is going to be an ultra pixel again.
I have also heard that. Maybe we heard the same thing. I don't remember. But,
Okay, maybe. Okay, that's good. That's out there.
You know
I
what?
wasn't
You know what?
aware-
You know what? I'm just gonna go with confirmation. All right, that's confirmed.
So you know the
two
thing
sources.
is though. Okay, so plot twist, huge plot twist. This plot twist is M. Night Shyamalan is going to like spin around in his chair. The Nexus 6P and 5X already have the ultra pixel sensor. That's the new ultra pixel sensor, and that's what the HTC phone's going to
I
have.
feel
Oh,
like
yeah, I
we
heard
might have actually talked about this on the show.
We did. Okay, never mind. All right, so that's what's going to happen.
I mean, because I
Um,
distinctly remember looking up the
I
the
remember
pixel
talking about this
measurements.
now too. So never
Is that
mind.
The
It's
plot twist is that it was not applied at all. What a twist.
fantastic.
So you can go and look at this picture on the
And
website.
if you're skeptical of the picture, I wouldn't be at all, because if you look at the home button, the texture of the home button is identical to the 1A9, and HTC had a rather distinct ridged texture to the 1A9's home button. And this
Yeah,
picture
you can
matches
see
that perfectly.
the beginning of the antenna bands right around the edge of the phone. They look exactly like the ones on HTC's other phones.
Except that the 1A9 does not have an antenna band on the top because it has a window, big circular piece of plastic, or ovular piece of plastic, I should
Yes, this
say.
is true.
I heard that the M10 will shoot lasers out of that window.
Not infrared ones, because nobody's doing that anymore.
No, just regular ones.
Lasers.
Why no phone has a laser pointer that you remember like back in the day you could get a laser pointer where you could like spin the top around and get like a UFO shape or a line or something.
Yeah,
I
laser
remember that.
pointers have become very un-PC of late with the whole blinding pilots thing. Laser pointers in general, kind of frowned upon these days.
Oh.
That and I think the whole red dot sight on guns maybe
Oh.
kind of
But how am I gonna
not so hot anymore.
do my PowerPoint with a UFO pointer if I can't use a laser? David.
I don't know. Maybe
Answer me
you
that.
should. You know what you should do instead of a laser pointer? Get a smoke machine.
Oh, that would totally indicate my points.
It would.
If
Turn
you-
up the smoke machine to like maximum right before you do the big,
You
the
just-
big
you just-
reveal. in the
You just wave
presentation.
the smoke away from the parts of the screen you want people to look at.
I need like one of those tiny hand fans with the foam blades.
Hey, the sharper image sells those.
I
They
think
do.
that you guys are missing the point if you're talking about smoke machines instead of laser pointers. You need smoke machines and laser pointers.
That
That's
would
the
be
way to do
nice. Can we start a company called Productly?
it.
I don't know. Is that URL available?
I don't know why. I'm scared of what's going to happen when I type this in.
It's not actually a real company. We're just going to sell laser pointers and smoke machines.
It is real.
That is a
Brandable
real
exact
company.
match. Wait.
Ooh, what is happening right now?
hang on.
Whoa. What is...
It's available. Oh, this is a Parker page. This
Okay. I was going to say, it's showing me a phone. What is happening right now?
This is like somebody put work into this layout though, so kudos to them. It was built with brandnames.io, not a sponsor.
You know, yeah, it has a pretty good vertical scrolling for a thing that does the pagination thing.
Things are
It
animating.
feels not arduous. Good
Stuff
for
is
them.
happening. There's
Yeah.
a picture of an iPhone. I feel very secure with the picture of the iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, we should probably just buy this domain right now.
Serious offers above $888.
Ooh, what a specific
Oh.
amount of money.
889.01.
Well, you should know that this page is valuable because there are 203,000 monthly searches for this exact match.
That is amazing. It's actually
Yep.
just me time traveling.
They have a
Okay.
This is actually a really good Parker page. Sorry.
Remember that time with the G5 coming out?
I remember that time with the G5 coming out.
The G5 coming out. So yeah, actually LG, LG's been kind of fun this week with their rumored.
No, they've used the name of the phone several times. It's happening. The G5 is happening.
The rumored G5 and things that might be happening with the rumored G5. There may or may not already be a touch-enabled cover for the rumored G5.
Yeah, and apparently it's going to have an always-on display. Always on is what they called it. Always.
So does anybody think that that's probably just the ticker display?
I mean,
well, they clearly show a
the
ticker
GIF
display.
I mean, the GIF that they posted, like, it had stuff like right smack in the middle of the display.
Well, it's like in the top third.
Okay,
so it's not-
That's
okay, so it's not-
look. If that can't possibly be like a separate display. That
Yeah,
shows,
I
like,
guess
that
so.
much of the phone.
Either way, I'm going to go on a limb and say this is dumb. Nobody wants this. Nobody
mean-
cares.
I don't know how they can do that without. So like either they use one of LG's questionable AMOLEDs and burn in the thing,
Plastic OLED.
or-
I would
or
put all my
they-
money on that.
or they use an LCD and destroy the battery life. I don't think there's a way to do this that isn't
It's
crappy.
got to be a plastic OLED. If they're gonna do an always-on display, it has to be. That's why the Watcher Bane and LG G Watch R got like the best battery life of the early Android Wear devices.
Yeah, and like, but like, how are they going to make it not burn in? I haven't seen an AMOLED yet that won't burn in. if you do that.
POLEDs, I'm not sure if they burn in. POLEDs, the early generation, the original G Flex had major ghosting retention issues, like really, really bad. Like first generation plasma TV bad. So But the G Flex 2 didn't have that problem. The G Flex 2 had a better problem. So what it did is, so POLED, the P stands for plastic or polymer, depending on who you ask or what company it is. So apparently the way POLEDs work, when you never just lose a pixel, you lose a whole bunch of pixels. And on a G Flex 2 that I have, like it looks like a squid has dropped black ink on, like little drops of black ink along a line, a vertical line on the phone. So you have these 3 black spots that one is really big, one's probably like I would say 1/8 of an inch in diameter, and the other 2 are a little smaller than that. So if this is a POLED, I would hope LG has ironed out the kinks. I mean, it's not curved, so that might be why the G Flex 2 does that. I might have also like mashed that G Flex 2 into my desk for the bendability test. So that could have been me to an extent.
Did you burn it with a lighter?
I didn't. I did not burn it with a lighter.
I don't feel like you're doing a reader's justice in testing the phone then.
Yeah. That's why I've ordered a new acetylene torch. All phone reviews on Android Police going forward will have an acetylene durability section.
Also,
they will all fail.
Also, we have purchased a large quantity of nickel, and we will be using the torch on the nickel and then setting that just right on the phone.
But to avoid copyright infringement, those are going to be a hot nickel cube.
Yes, this is true. That'll also help it stay on the phone.
And
so
the proceeds from those videos will help us all in our cancer treatment. So yeah, this rumor about the always on display, I'm sure LG is going to have an option on the phone where the this section of notification is always on, and I'm sure it will reduce the battery life because of course it will. Like how can it not? It's we're talking,
How's this? So how is this different from what Moto is doing?
So Moto display is not always on. It wakes up when you either wave your hand over top of the phone, pick it up, or get a notification. The rest of the time,
right.
Off.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's more like ambient mode on the Android Wear devices.
Yes, it is very similar to ambient mode, and on the Nexus devices, very similar to that.
Alrighty then. So there's also the touch-enabled cover. So that's interesting.
It looks like the dot view.
So it's supposed to be a dot view, but without the dots. Well, the dots don't display anything. The dots are just aesthetic dots.
I mean, well, it's more like a.
Oh no, it does.
view.
Oh, it is.
It is the dot view.
Okay, now it is just the dot view. So wait, so LG just saw the dot view and it's like, fuck it, we can.
But
do
it has an opening in it too, doesn't it?
It does.
That's
it has a window.
It's like the S view plus the dot view in one unholy union.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
the dot view.
Dot S view.
Dot. The dots are much smaller too. It's much higher dot density.
I hate phone covers.
Yeah, I don't get the whole the idea of this. I don't know why anyone wants to do it.
Cover
and open the phone before you use it. Like they missed.
I feel like 100. Well, that's the point. Is if it's touch enabled, you don't have to open it. You can just use your phone through the cover.
You so do.
Well, that's for your fast-paced digital lifestyle.
But like you chose to put this like thing on your phone, and like part of the reason for that was that it has the benefit of letting you not open the thing to use it. Like, can't you just touch the phone? Like you chose to make it harder to use this so that you could like make it marginally easier than it might be.
To me, it's kind of like if you were to put like a car bra on your car, but the car bra goes all the way to the doors, and it just doesn't make sense.
But it has holes so you can crawl in through the windows.
Exactly.
And if you need the door to be open for for whatever reason, who would ever need that? You can take it off. It's not it's not that big of an inconvenience.
I can almost guarantee, by the way, that if you flip this case around 100%, it's going to obscure the camera.
Well, it does have the opening.
I'm guessing they figured that out.
It has an opening, but look at where the opening is. Do you think the camera's in that exact spot on the back?
Yep, I bet it will be.
Yeah, they could make it work. I mean, I would like to think that LG knows better. I mean, they're not Asus.
Hey, smarter companies than LG have gotten that wrong in the past. I'm just going to throw that out there.
these are dad products. So what happens is somebody goes into a carrier store to buy a G5. Well, I guess I should be prudent and get an extra charger. And oh, look at this nifty flip cover case. It's only $49.99 in addition to my next payment every month. And then they buy the case. And then they'll use it for like a week, and then it goes in the drawer. You know, that drawer. It's where like your tape measure is, your LG flip cover, and some old pencils.
That was you really painted a word picture there. I enjoyed that.
I think that could be a podcast all on its own.
The LG flip cover for dads.
Or
podcast. David explains how dads buy stuff.
For
I'm
1
sorry,
hour
Matt.
weekly. You guys, we just got an antique submission.
We
Oh, we
did. We
did.
got 2 antiques. One of them is broken. So
That's okay.
the Antiques Roadshow person would look at that and they would have a muffled giggle. Well, I suppose.
That would be so rude.
Okay. Let's get back to the matter at hand, and we'll come back to the
Yeah, let's get to
fantastic.
Qualcomm, which is way more exciting.
I have one more comment though. My favorite thing about Antiques Roadshow is when somebody like their thing is worth a lot of money, but you can tell they're still disappointed because they wanted it to be more. I love that.
Okay. So Qualcomm, they've announced some chips because that's what they do. They make chips.
Chips.
Yeah, corn chips,
Yep.
tortilla chips, potato chips, things like that.
I would be
No.
more interested in Qualcomm if they actually made those kinds of chips.
They should, you know what? Whoever is running marketing for Qualcomm, why haven't you made like promotional chip bags?
Oh my god.
They had chips at CES, but they were not Qualcomm branded.
Okay, see,
They
that
just
was a
had-
mistake.
In
I would
that contest,
if anybody knows the people that run Qualcomm's marketing stuff, you can just tell them that, please.
They could have a contest in there too. It could just be like 1 out of every 10 bags has an actual Qualcomm chip in it.
I was gonna
And
say
we are not liable for that.
I was gonna say that the Lay's contest where they had people come up with different flavors, they could have like a hot plastic flavor.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Oh, you know, they should have 14 nanometer chips, and the bag is just empty.
Is anybody writing this down? Like, is somebody?
we're
That's a good
recording
idea.
this, so I think we're okay. We're catching the gold as it tumbles from our mouth. Okay, but what they really did, Qualcomm, they announced some new ARM chips that you can't eat. So there are 3 new Snapdragon chips that are for phones and tablets. There are 2 in the 400 series and 1 in 600. So there's a 425 that's mostly going to be for developing markets. It's quad-core A53. Then there's a 435. It's an octa-core A53 that'll be maybe more for like entry-level devices in North America and in Europe. And then there's a 625 octa-core A53. It has a better GPU and better modem than the other ones. Also a 14 nanometer. We were just talking about manufacturing process. So then I think the more interesting thing that they announced. There's also a new LTE modem, but whatever, who cares? There's this new chip specifically for wearable devices called Snapdragon Wear 2100. Why they decided to go with a completely different naming scheme, I cannot say, but they will apparently be able to make much sleeker and more power efficient smartwatches with this. It's 30% smaller and uses 25% less power. Which is nice because thus far, I think almost every Android Wear watch has used a Snapdragon 400 with 3 of the 4 cores disabled because there just really hasn't been a bespoke chip product specifically for watches yet. But I guess that's what this will be.
But isn't this still just single core? They never actually talk about how many cores it has.
Yeah, they did not. I assume it's still just 1 core. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think you need more for a watch. Like, you know, it's not that. I mean, performance was sometimes janky on Android Wear devices, but I mean, if this one is more efficient at what it does, then it might be fine.
I like how they say 25% less power usage allowing for a longer day of use battery life. They provided a day already, but this is a longer day.
So
No,
you can
longer
get
than the day.
26 hours a day out of this.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet.
You can get a Mars day out of this phone.
Was that 40 hours? Something
It's like 26 or 25 or whatever. It's slightly longer.
slightly longer. Okay. So, all right. Well, I guess that's good. They can put it in there with their hexagonal batteries that somebody else is already making, and we'll have all kinds of great Wear devices going forward. Sweet. Meantime, we should move on to voicemail.
Oh, we should. Voicemails. I have one of those.
You have one of those.
I do have one of those. Hold on, let me play it.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Matt with his unending list of questions. There have been a lot of discounts since the holiday season on the Nexus 5X, and I was wondering, is it still better to get the more expensive and less often discounted Nexus 6P over the 5X? Are the performance differences between them great enough to justify it? What is your opinion on the matter? As a interesting side note, I think AP noticed that there was a Nexus 5 that is still on sale from eBay or something like that. Why would someone buy a 3-year-old phone? Your thoughts, amusing comments, and complete irrelevancies are, as always, appreciated. Have a great day.
I didn't catch that last part, so I went to the auto text version, and it says complete enrollment fees. So he would appreciate our complete enrollment fees.
How much is the enrollment fee, though, Matt?
Complete. It's complete enrollment fee, which
Do
means
I just
almost
write-
all of your money.
Can I just write a check for complete?
It's however much a Nexus 6P is. That's how much he wants.
It's the real life version of all in poker.
Well, what I can say, Matt, voicemail caller, is that the Nexus 5X does not come in gold.
It does come in that lovely blue, though.
Yes, but that's not gold, Ryan.
That's technically an accurate statement that you just made. So if you can afford the 6P, you should probably buy the 6P because it is a very good phone. And and the 5X is fine. I mean, it's a very good phone. If you want a budget phone, like in the $300-something range, that's the one you should get. Definitely, it'll perform better than just about everything else that costs that much. I mean, the 6P is a little bit faster, noticeably, but not like. I don't feel like the 5X is slow. The camera is a little bit better in the 6P because it has some stabilization, although not awesome stabilization. But I don't know. I mean, some people just feel like the 6P is a little bit big, but if you're okay with a phablet, then go for it, and you can get a gold one.
Yeah, I guess I would suggest 6P too.
Yeah, but like I said, 5X is good. I like the 5X.
If you can get the 6P for
Simple.
$449, if you want 32GB version, or $549 for the 64GB, it's still a pretty good deal, in my opinion.
It is indeed.
I'd buy that for $649.
And as far as why somebody would pay $140 for an original Nexus 5 off of eBay, I'm guessing you don't know what you're doing, A, or I think it's a pretty decent option if you destroyed your phone and you don't have a good recourse for getting a replacement phone at a good price.
I mean,
it's a great option for a relative who has destroyed a phone. Let's be realistic.
If
we all
you
have
want
that person.
If you want a phone that's $140 and runs Marshmallow, that's kind of what you're looking at.
Yeah. Battery life sucks. Camera kind of sucks.
Camera's not good. By today's standards, it is not super good.
But for the right person, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to some emails. First one is from Ken. He said, is there any news on the 3.0 NVIDIA update with Marshmallow? NVIDIA teased us at CES, and now nothing but crickets. I have Marshmallow on my other devices, so I am spoiled. So I know Cameron was going to ping NVIDIA about it.
Is he talking about for just the regular Shield tablet, not the K1?
No, the TV, right?
Oh, Oh, this is not contained in the
Yes,
text that
so
we have.
this is
But yeah, if
the
it's the TV, then I have no idea.
yeah, it's a TV, I think. So as far as I'm aware, at least.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it does
Cameron
not have
said
a
he'd
gap.
reach out to them. We don't have that information. I think it's the. Let me look. New Shield TV 3.0. Yeah, so it's still coming soon. So we saw it at CES. They demoed it to us. It was running on a test device. So it exists. I can say that.
Maybe
but
maybe they delayed it because of the same Wi-Fi weirdness they were experiencing with the tablet. Who knows?
I would guess there is some kind of issue they've encountered, and they are holding off. That would be my guess as well.
All right, our next email is from Mohammed. It says, "Hey guys, really love the show. I was wondering if you guys have any information if there will be a new NVIDIA Shield tablet with their NVIDIA Tegra X1 releasing soon. If not, what do you think currently is the best tablet for gaming, including iOS tablets?" So obviously, it's the Angry Rhombus tablet.
NVIDIA will
Yes.
release a Tegra X1 tablet as soon as they can make a 30-foot AC adapter. I'm guessing. I
well, I
wouldn't.
mean, the Pixel C has an X1.
Okay, or they can make a Pixel C, which buy Pixel C then.
Can I just interject real quick and say that the Pixel C is an excellent product that I use every day?
That's good
You mean
information to have.
as a quarter-inch flip stand for your MacBook Pro, because I can understand that.
I use it as a powerful productivity machine. It's a powerhouse, David.
A powerhouse of productivity and alliteration.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I guess we don't know when this is coming out. Presumably, it's a thing NVIDIA would like to start selling, but they haven't yet. So
I kind of doubt that they'll do one.
you think? I feel like the Shield K1 is kind of getting on. I think they just kind of did that for the holiday season.
I don't think there's a lot of money to be made on these devices to begin with.
Well, I mean, what else are they going to use the Tegris for? Like, are they just going to like
Cars.
sell
The
them?
X1's a car platform. They've
Okay,
made that.
but like when,
They
like,
announced it.
yeah, but like that has happened exactly 0 times since they announced it.
It's gonna be in some Audis, but it takes a long time for car stuff to go through the pipeline. So I would not count on an X1 NVIDIA branded tablet necessarily. I don't know that they won't do it, but I would not be banking on it. I mean, we haven't heard anything about it.
Well,
NVIDIA
but, like,
is usually
okay,
pretty
I mean, they're
bad about leaks.
Here's the thing, though. They're going to keep making Shield devices, though, because they have GeForce Now. They're not going to just, like, give up on that after they spent so
maybe
long working on it. Like, they're going to
Or
have
they
to
could
sell
just say, you know what,
something.
all of our users are on the TV. We see no reason to provide a portable Shield device anymore, because Shield TV is selling so well, or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't discount that possibility, but I feel like they're going to have some sort of tablet in their lineup, and I don't see why it wouldn't eventually be a Tegra X1 device.
Well, I guess, Ryan, our opinions are at odds.
Okay.
As long as everyone knows my opinion about the Pixel C.
Yes, we do.
Good.
All right, so our next email is from Christopher. He says, "Hello, AP. Is there any way to..."
Email is from Roboting.
I made it a good long stretch there.
You did.
I'll almost be sad when you get your new computer and you don't robot anymore. It's become sort of a tradition.
Well, hopefully one that can end next week. That's what I'm hoping. All right, so our next email is from Christopher. He says, "Hello, AP. Is there a way to use Nexus Imprint for apps like LastPass, but still require you to use a PIN or password to unlock your phone? I would like to keep my phone as secure as possible while still being able to use some of the convenience of a fingerprint scanner."
I have no idea.
I would say just if LastPass supports the fingerprint securing through the fingerprint API, I mean, you have to enroll fingerprints to use that anyway. So I would just say try enrolling fingerprints. But do they have to stay enrolled in order to lock the device?
Yeah, see, I've been playing around with this. I think that if you enroll fingerprints the fingerprint unlock just automatically is an option
In your
on the
end.
lock screen. And
But-
then if you want to bypass that, you can just use a pin or pattern, but like then
Yeah.
your fingerprints would still work.
Yeah, right.
So I think the answer to this is no, probably.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the answer is no.
Yeah, that's kind of my guess as well. Because if you had says lock screen, I'm guessing that then enables it for.
If you go into your security menu and you have fingerprints enrolled, your screen lock setting is still like pattern or pin or whatever, and that's the backup method essentially if you're not going to use the fingerprint. So
Now on reboot, you have to enter your pin or
yeah,
pattern.
you have to
right?
enter your your
Okay.
pin or pattern.
So the way to look at this is your fingerprint is not your primary authenticator, even when you have Next Imprint set up. It's a secondary authenticator. So the idea is you've already provided some kind of primary authentication at some point. Last time you rebooted the phone, or I think even there's a timeout after which the imprint doesn't work anymore.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that on my 6P, where if the phone's not been used for a certain amount of time, it'll ask for your PIN or pattern.
Yeah, that's true. It says like for extra security, use your PIN or something.
Yeah, so and that iOS does this as well, and so I would say that if your concern is that somebody is going to lift your fingerprint off of something you touched.
Yeah, you must be really important if you think that's actually going to happen.
If you're a secret agent or head of state, don't use a smartphone to begin with. I mean, that's kind of this isn't really a practical security concern. And I don't see Google changing this at any time. Because if you have the fingerprint enrolled, they're going to want to force you to make it the lock screen unlock.
Well, yeah, because if you can separate those things, then it's going to become a huge mess of an experience.
Yeah, so I don't see them changing that anytime soon. Or ever.
Yes.
All right, so we got some antique submissions. Do we want to do this one? We can't even show. So I'll mention it. Somebody sent us in pictures of their Motorola Droid 3, shared to us in an album, but unfortunately the album expired or something because we can't show it to you. It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Well, so this was a very well-preserved Droid 3. So it had a screen protector on it all its life and had been in a case all its life. So we're presuming it's working and that it's in very good physical condition. Not perfect, but very good. And so the Droid 3 came out in 2012. So the phone is now 4 years old, which is hard to believe, for the third generation Droid. So good condition Droid 3. What do we think it's worth?
Good condition Droid 3.
Or very good, really.
I mean, not very much. It's not even LTE. I don't know
It's
who would
not.
really
It is
use this.
CDMA only.
Yeah. I mean, it's you could
I'm
maybe
gonna say $59.99.
I think you could probably sell it to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing for like $30 or $40.
Oh, I think it's more than that. I think I'm with Matt up there. I'm gonna say
But
$70.
It might be in good shape, but it is still technically used.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna look at used. We're not gonna look at new in box. All right, Liam. Tell us what you
Yes.
think.
The Droid 3.
Yeah. How much? How would you appraise that? This one was not used in any
Gosh.
important historical events as far as we know.
As is. I would have to say $7 and
$7.
20 cents.
Well, Liam's gonna lose.
Are we playing Price is
And-
Right rules though? Because he might win then.
So I'm
Wait,
gonna look
wait,
up for Droid 3 on eBay here.
Can I change my bid?
No, it's too late.
I think Ryan's the winner on this one.
If it's Price
I
is
think
Right
so
rules,
too.
then-
Actually, we're looking. I would say $40 is a pretty good mean price.
$40? Wait, so
Yeah.
who... Wait. Okay.
There are
fine.
some more expensive ones, but they're new in box. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna say $35 to $40 seems to be the trending price on
Yeah.
these devices.
I was hoping to
Well,
slide in that like everybody else goes over but me.
I tried that last week. It didn't work.
We didn't specify that ahead of time, so you can't be no $1 bids here.
Hey, you said
Yeah.
Price is Right rules, not me.
I was asking, I was inquiring, are we doing Price is Right rules?
We are
And you
not
said
doing
that-
Price is Right
People
rules.
end questions with a period sometimes.
We're not doing Price is Right rules because Bob Barker is dead. All right.
What?
Is he dead?
Wait,
I
is
forgot.
he really?
I don't think he's
I
actually
don't
dead.
think he is.
If he is, I'm going to be heartbroken.
I was gonna Google that after the
He's
show.
not
after
dead.
you
He's
said that.
92.
Okay.
I apologize to Bob
Oh my
Barker
god.
for all
David.
the Android Police podcast episodes he's listened to.
I'm sure
Apologize
he's
to
Like,
your
sad.
Bob
listeners.
Barker was dead.
You
I'm
just, you
so
just
sorry,
he
Mr.
was
Barker.
listening. I bet he's listening to this live, and you scared him literally to death. He's like, "Am I dead?"
If
I
Bob
am
Barker
just
dies
now.
tomorrow, I'm gonna feel terrible.
Just as long as our listeners don't forget to spay or neuter their pet to help control the pet population.
You know, Bob Barker was pretty on point with that. We people should still be doing that. So yeah, I would say that probably $35 to $50 is our mean price
Yeah,
here.
so I mean, if you still got that thing sitting around, that's worth it's worth a little bit.
35
You should
bucks.
sell that and go out to dinner.
Yeah,
Cheap
I'd
dinner.
definitely toss that. We have one more antique that was sent to us during the show.
During the show.
We
So
actually it's
this-
two antiques.
2 antiques, 2 for 1. The first one is a Motorola Backflip.
Which is just a
Backflip.
hilarious phone. I love that.
Shipped
this phone
with a
existed.
shipped with a 500 megahertz processor, 256 megabytes of RAM, and Android 1.5 cupcake, and never got updated to 1.6.
And the camera's on the keyboard because when you close the phone, the keyboard is on the back of the phone.
And you know what else? Roboting.
They were
Yes,
just
that too.
predicting the convertible craze.
And man, it's such a weird phone. And I think if I recall correctly, it was one of those ones that that didn't ship with Google search. Like it was before Google started enforcing that. I think it had Yahoo on it instead. It was a very weird
Oh,
device.
that's brutal. Although Motorola ahead of its time with what looks like a back home. And is that a recent apps button or is that the app drawer?
It's probably recent apps.
That is Motorola forward-looking, although they're in the wrong order.
Or maybe that's like a special social button back when they were doing the Moto Blur.
I don't-
It could have been just a menu key, I guess.
I
Yeah,
think it was
I bet
menu.
it was probably menu if it was
Because
anything.
Android didn't have recent apps
Yeah,
at that time.
yeah.
Okay,
Right,
that's
yeah.
true. All right, that's a
However-
fair point.
I will award points for running an antique operating system too.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay, but here's the
award-
problem. It's broken. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, it's
broken.
$0. This is
Yeah,
not
it's
worth
nothing.
anything.
It has
This is
a
worth
destroyed screen. So
this is worth negative money for a recycling fee at a local facility.
It has
This
sentimental
is,
value.
this is only worth keeping as an antique, as a reminder of what once was.
Will
Alright,
it be
so-
worth anything if you trade in your harsh credits?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you
So
can't use harsh
the
credits
other
on that.
phone we have did not run Android.
Not officially, of course.
No, but you could flash Android to it, and apparently you can today flash Marshmallow to it.
I think
I'm
people.
not
yeah,
aware of this.
This is an HD2, an HTC HD2.
That phone had quite a fan following.
Yeah, people were super into it. For a while, it was the only Snapdragon device with a 1 gigahertz chip you could get. That was before the Nexus 1 came out, and then all the phones that followed that were very similar. So people bought this and they modded it to run Android. Like that was the thing that a significant number of people did. And every time a new build of Android has come out, somebody somewhere ports it to this phone,
Alright,
which
so
has like zero storage. I don't even know how they're doing this.
yeah, so this is quite a lot of staying power for a phone that literally has a Windows key on it.
Yes.
What do we think it's worth?
I don't know, maybe $20.
Does it still work, and is it running anything?
I
It could still work.
I have a feeling that this one's going to be a little bit higher. I think this
You
one's going to
think?
be a little bit higher.
I mean, I guess we don't know much about its condition. What we can see it's not destroyed like the Motorola phone. I mean,
It's in fair condition, I would
mean,
say.
I would say 20 or 30 is like, max.
I'm gonna say 1542.
It's like if you sell this to somebody, you're gonna have to say, oh, by the way, this runs like janky Android ROMs only.
I'm going to go with 40. I think
40.
40.
Ooh. Ooh, big spender.
It runs Marshmallow. What's working? I don't know. What's not working? You tell me.
All right, I'm gonna sandwich myself here. I'm gonna say $25.
No, when you list it, you have to say bugs question mark. You tell me.
Yeah, exactly. and then do like another listing that's empty, but it just says reserved.
Yeah.
So
Holy-
I mean, wow, they are apparently rare enough that people are completely insane about how much these phones are worth at this point. There just aren't many of them left, so we don't have a good price. Well, we have a $15.95 buy now for one with a broken screen, so there's that. But a lot
There's
of
one
these
for 40. I feel like I win because there's
wait.
one for 40.
Is there? Wait, I'm looking. Okay, I looked it up on eBay. Like, there's a listing seriously selling this phone for $650. Is that even
That's
possible?
right. Yeah.
How?
So obviously somebody doesn't know anything about smartphones.
I don't.
We got another one for four. No, it's not for. That's not an HD2. That is an HTC Touch. Is that the same phone? I don't think it is.
Oh, you're right. It's not.
Yeah,
so-
look for the weird ass buttons.
The
Okay, with this
HTC
one,
we got 65,
Yeah, 65.
245, and 650.
I think the 65 is probably the most.
There's a
For real.
445.
Yes, I mean, but then you got one for a broken screen for
Okay,
you know
but
$16.
The 245 one is new, so that's out. We can't count that one.
Well, we've got
That's-
another one for $75 here,
This is worth way more money than I would
but
have
does not power on.
thought. Oh, what? Wait, 75 and it doesn't power on?
Yeah.
I don't even understand how this is
So we've
possible.
got people who are just completely insane trying to sell.
I mean,
these
I think this might be like an authentic mobile antique now. People are
It might-
paying more
that
money
or
than they should.
everybody who still has an HC HD2 is a lunatic. I think that could also be
Yeah, I mean,
possibility.
I gotta tell you, at that price, if I had this particular antique, I would sell that thing so fast.
Definitely get on there. You know, I would undercut Mr. 70. I would say $70 for buy it now, and you're probably getting way more than it's actually worth.
Yeah, man, that's enough almost to buy like a budget
Okay.
Android phone that actually works.
It is.
You could buy
Okay,
like
so I just want to point out that the HTC HD2 on T-Mobile, which is what this is, in fair condition and good condition, have sold recently on Swappa for $40 and $45.
Okay, that's that sounds good to me.
All right. Well, apparently eBay people just pay weird amounts of money.
No,
Yeah.
don't sell their phones. I'm loving
Alright.
this antiques thing. Keep sending us these.
Yes,
They're
keep
amazing.
keep doing it. This is really this is fantastic.
I do want to reiterate that we are open to non-mobile antiques.
Oh, and the person who sent us the phones just emailed us a minute ago to say that both phones are still working perfectly, even though
Oh,
one of them
awesome.
is totally has a broken screen.
Wow.
I think it
That's-
gets points for that.
Also, Manuel says, "Nice hair, Liam."
Thank you.
All right then. So I guess that's the end of our antique segment. We should have.
That's
I know
it.
we don't do theme music anymore for the sections, but I feel like we need to have like some sort of down home
I mean,
kind of.
I could just pirate
for
the antique roadshow theme.
Yeah,
Please,
I mean,
please do.
I think if you use a small enough portion of it, it's
Hold
considered
on.
fair use.
Let me just look this up on YouTube here, Antiques Roadshow theme, and see how that goes. Because you know the Antiques Roadshow is based on a British show originally.
It is so good. I cannot wait for you to play this. Oh my god.
Hold on, here we go. Oh wait, damn it.
If it's the video I found, it's like a treasure chest.
okay.
You know,
I think we've
playing it-
established
it,
that this
actually.
is excellent and should
Playing it
happen.
from your
Thanks for
phone.
ruining the end, Ryan.
It actually kind of has that sound of like being played from a Victrola.
Like
when you
we
play
should,
the refrain.
we need to like just take like a nice little like a 15-second snippet of that and play it before every single antique segment.
Oh, we really
Yes.
do.
And then we should have us running around in like double speed, having antics while that music is playing.
And then we should call our lawyer.
This is fair
Hey.
use.
The Antiques
Oh.
Roadshow theme is obviously in public domain. It's an antique.
As long as like when we upload the podcast, as long as the description says no copyright intended.
You know, I would actually not be surprised if that song is in public domain.
I'm sure that we can probably look this up.
Did you know that
Good.
Happy Birthday is public domain? It turns out.
It
Yes,
is now.
Liam.
That just
According to us, they actually, not legally, they settled on it. So the owners of the rights said we don't want it to go to court anymore, and they settled out to say that, well, we'll make it public domain, and
We can
that's
sing it anytime we want.
we can.
It's gonna be excellent.
Well, okay. I think that's about it for the show, guys. If you would like to have your antique reviewed and value proposed on the show, you can email it to us at podcast@androidpolice.com. You can also send questions of an Androidy nature or non-Android related antiques, apparently. So yeah, email podcast@androidpolice.com. You can also call us at 530-HELLO-AP. That is 530-435-5627. You can also get a hold of us on Twitter at Android Police and on Google Plus and Facebook.
Yay.
Okay, we stopped recording, and we're going to stop the broadcast because we've already run a little late, so thank you for watching, everybody.
Bye.